Hi. Why are you laughing? You were supposed to say it with me.
Oh, hi. Oh, ready? 1, 2, 3. Hi.
Hi.
There we go.
We'll get it one day.
Yeah. Welcome.
Welcome. I hate to address this, Whitney, but we no longer have 69 listeners on the podcast.
Oh, no.
It's like 100 something now.
What?
Yeah, like 120 or some bullshit like
Is
that.
that a joke?
No.
Wow.
Hi, 120 of you who've listened to this podcast.
Oh, my gosh.
What's up?
I love that you waited to tell me until we were recording.
I wanted to get that genuine reaction.
That was a genuine reaction.
I know.
Oh, my God. Oh, my goodness. We're still in our friend's apartment with the dogs, in case you haven't or don't hear them. But we hear them because they're just doing their thing in their apartment,
Chewing on shit.
walking
Why did you let
around.
them out?
Because then they're going to, like,
Oh.
wail.
Oh.
They're wailers.
Ew.
We're pretty excited about tonight because both of us, we're going to get into it, but we both saw Dune separately, Dune Part 2, separately yesterday.
We did.
So I have had 24 hours to digest, to gather my thoughts, and I'm really excited to discuss them with you and learn more about this world.
Yeah, because I have questions for. I'm curious to see what your interpretation of this is, just because you don't really know anything.
I'm pretty much I was thinking about this today. I'm about 90% of, I feel like, their viewers. I don't think a lot of people, percentage wise, have read the books. Even, you know how many people asked me today, do I need to see part 1? Do you understand that was a big question that was being asked to me today?
So, Dune Part 2, though it is technically a sequel, it's also a continuation. So it's like,
That I knew.
well, you did see the first one, so I would be shocked if you didn't know that.
True.
So it's essentially, if you hit pause on Dune Part 1 and then press play, and it's Dune Part 2. So, yes, you do need to see.
I mean, it's in the title.
Yeah, it's part, not just 2.
Right.
So
It literally starts where it left off. But I was just about.
Yeah.
You can't go into part 2
you can't.
and
Yeah.
but
I
we
agree.
can talk about that later
Yeah,
because I have some thoughts. But anyways, some entertainment news.
Can we please talk about the Willy Wonka in Glasgow experience?
Yeah, why don't you take the lead on this one?
Okay, so there was this like immersive experience that was being marketed to kids and parents about a like real life Willy Wonka experience in Glasgow, Scotland.
Sounds fun.
And the parents get there and it's like barely put together. It looks like something like a creepy old man would have in his basement, essentially. And like, here's the thing, they were like tweeting about it, like, oh, it's all coming together nicely. And
Oh my
like,
God.
it looks like a lot of the images to promote it were generated by AI. And it's just the saddest experience.
It looked like a crack house. Like, I think I reposted it with the Breaking Bad
Trailer?
yeah, the song,
Oh.
like the theme song. I say theme song, it's kind of funny, but I saw the photos and the one actor that they had in the photo just looked sad. She looked like she was ready for another hit.
Okay, so
Uh-oh.
they like were handing out single jelly beans to like, because you know,
Unwrapped candy.
just a single
Oh my God.
a single jelly bean and like juice cups to the people. And like at that point, they had, that photo was taken, they had ran out. So she like just didn't know what to do. There's also some guy in some like silver mask like scaring the kids and parents.
In Wonka, no one's scaring the children on purpose, right?
I don't know. No.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
no.
Okay.
And like they had to give refunds because there were people who had like different time slots and they had run out of they ran out of the single jelly beans. I'm so sorry.
This is my worst nightmare. Wow. Okay. And didn't an actor come out with a whole story.
Yeah, he said like it was like a 17-page script of like AI generated crap, essentially.
Wow. So moral of the story is
Don't
AI's on drugs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
I mean, that's what I got from it.
I
Crack specifically.
Also, there was no chocolate at this thing, which is like the big, which is my whole like that's where I go off. Like it's Willy Wonka. Chocolate is the man's thing.
It's a chocolate factory.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's no, a jelly bean. First of all, I hate jelly beans.
Yeah. Maybe they were chocolate flavored.
No, they were not.
Oh, well,
they
I
were
tried.
Just regular,
I tried.
You did.
Okay.
Could you imagine? They're just like, here you go.
Do we? I don't remember how many people bought tickets.
I don't either. But like,
I don't know why I want to think 85.
It wasn't too much, but it was like a decent amount.
Wow. Okay. Well,
Yeah. So that happened. Again, it's not super like celebrity gossipy news, but I just thought it was entertaining to know.
And the memes are great that are coming out of it.
It's fantastic. It kind of reminds me of Dismaland, which was like an art piece about like that spoof Disneyland and like made it like sad and depressing.
It also, I mean, it ties into Dune.
Yeah.
Wonka.
Yeah, and like when I saw like the pictures from it, I genuinely thought it was like another like Dismaland. I thought it was like a fake experience, but I was like, oh no.
No, they tried to make it real.
People spent
Monies
for their kids to see this, and I was like, oh no.
Can you imagine if you're a kid and you walked into this warehouse with just the saddest, just like, I can't even think of the words right now, but I would just look at my parents like, are you trying to tell me something? Are you trying to leave me here?
Are you selling me for crack?
Yeah. Do you guys have a problem? Do we need to talk? You know, like, am I being trafficked? I don't know. Like, that's what it looked like.
It gave trafficking vibes for sure. Just look it up. We'll have it on our Instagram. It is gnarly.
Yeah. But speaking of Dune news, Rebecca Ferguson, the queen.
Love to see it.
I love Rebecca Ferguson.
I do too. And again, just when I thought the Dune press tour wasn't given, because again, we like press tours for very different reasons.
Love it.
You like it for fashion, which I do too.
And the interviews.
And yeah, I like those things too, but I love drama on a press tour. It gives me fucking life.
You did say last week that this wasn't giving you enough drama, and then just on the last leg of this goddamn, first of all, she doesn't show up for the press tour until the end. All of the older actors, which I appreciate, they just like popped in like, oh yeah, hey, what's up? Yeah,
we're also in this movie.
Yeah,
what's up?
We sent the youngins to do the brunt work, but we're gonna pop in, and then while we're at it, let me give you some fucking tea. It was beautiful.
Yeah.
What was the tea? She was calling out
a male, an actor. She does not specify gender.
Mm-hmm.
That a male actor. I keep saying male because
we know
why. We know why I keep saying male.
Basically, an actor, while she was on set, was very abusive.
Yeah, like verbally abusive.
Verbally abusive during a scene in front of the crew, in front of the director, and brought her to tears. And
she went to the director to complain about it, and they pretty much gave her the justification that they have top billing on set, so there's really nothing you can do. Like, tough titties, kid.
She said she would rather have acted with a tennis ball.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. And I think their solution was to have his back to her.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, sure.
And then The Rock came out, in support of her and basically said, who the fuck is fucking with my girl?
Yeah.
Let me find out.
And she was very clear that it wasn't Hugh Jackman or Tom Cruise.
Or The Rock, I guess now.
Or The Rock.
But definitely was not Tom Cruise, not Hugh Jackman.
Yeah.
But we have thoughts.
Because here's the beauty of Rebecca Ferguson's filmography. Mm-hmm. She's not in a lot.
Mm-mm. Especially with top billed actors.
Yeah. Usually she gets top billing from her stuff. Mm-hmm. So I've narrowed it down And
I think we can narrow it down even more from the list that we posted
yeah,
on TikTok.
I think I know who the fuck it is, honestly.
Yeah.
If I'm being honest. Here's the thing. At first, I said these 3 actors. I said it was either Michael Fassbender on the set of Snowman, and then I said either Ryan Reynolds or Jake Gyllenhaal on the set of Life.
But I think they also came out and said it wasn't Ryan Reynolds.
Really?
I know.
Ryan Reynolds, fuck you. Anyway.
And then the third.
And then the next person I thought, who I was a little skeptical to say because, like, they technically weren't top billing in the film they were in, but probably on days of set, they were top billed as actors. And that man, notorious asshole, Hugh fucking Grant.
Who I feel like is just honing into his assholeness. Like, he's just, like, taking it on as he gets older.
Yeah. And here's the thing. At first, I was just like, I could see, like, the other 3. And then I was like, hold the phone. She was in Florence Foster Jenkins. It's Hugh Grant. It's Hugh Grant. I would bet money that it's Hugh Grant.
I would back you up.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It's,
and you know what's funny is that was the last one because we were going through the filmography and then it was like, oh, wait a minute. And I think other people are.
It's Hugh Grant.
Yeah.
Because, like, people are like, well, she didn't say gender. What about Emily Blunt? They're friends. They're like real life friends.
And I don't think Emily's a bitch.
She's not.
Yeah.
She's a nice woman. Mm-hmm. And maybe it's Meryl Streep.
Again, I don't think she's a bitch. She doesn't give me bitch vibes.
No.
She gives me no nonsense vibes. Come here and get your work done. But she doesn't give me vibes like that, especially to another woman. I think that she's been through enough shit as a woman herself in the industry. And she's even been vocal about her beauty in the industry and how it was always a topic. I don't think she'd be a bitch to another woman.
And I also just don't think, just going off of the women she's worked with, it's not another woman she's worked with.
No.
It's Hugh Grant. So, I guess Hugh Grant could meet me in the Denny's parking lot and we could have some words.
Or The Rock can just handle it.
And Hugh Jackman. I forgot that Hugh Jackman and The Rock. And
she,
Tom Cruise.
I think she's okay. I think she has enough people to help her out. Or she can just whoop his ass.
Yeah, I just feel like Hugh Grant, he looks like he can't take a fucking hit.
No. Those days are over.
I just want to get a licking, just a little.
Ooh. Sound effects. One day we'll get one of those little buttons.
Those little machines. That was a real.
Pow!
That was just me.
Kablam!
All my power, guys. I wasn't even trying. Okay.
And finally, the biggest news of the week. The biggest news. It's so massive this news that I was sent so many times. AMC and Nicole Kidman are, I say allegedly, but it is happening, going to have 3 new ads starting today, March 1st.
Yeah, they dropped with Dune Part 2.
Okay, so I saw one.
They revamped all of their pre-movie stuff.
I hate it.
It's nothing. It was a very nothing sandwich.
I hate it. It felt like they just kind of recut the old one, which I was also very annoyed with because we go to the movies every week and people clap and you guys love it, you guys clap and you guys recite it, and I sit there with a sour face like, fucking not again.
Gotta represent.
Yeah. Well, because it was filmed by your area, in your area.
By my local AMC.
Yes, but we won't say where because we have 120 strangers.
Porter Ranch.
Okay.
Okay. You guys can pull up to the Porter Ranch AMC. Plenty of people do it. And I don't own it.
But it just was so unfulfilling, the freaking ad. I was stoked. I was ready. And also 3. So I'm like, oh my God, they're going to rotate them? Fuck yeah. And then I saw it and it just looks like they recut it. Like they didn't want to pay Nicole or some shit. What the fuck is this? And they put her in the same suit, same everything.
Well, I'm going to double check because we're probably going to get... I got the IMAX one, which is always the shortened one, but it sounds like we saw the same one.
Mm-hmm. And I did not see it in IMAX.
It's okay.
Yet. I just wanted to get to watch it before we were able to record. But I actually have tickets to the Vista. to go see. Oh, well, I guess I won't see the fucking ad, huh? Well, I guess I'll have to go back to AMC.
I mean, we have stubs, so we'll go back.
Yeah, we'll go back. We'll get to that in a minute. But did you like it?
No. Well,
Okay.
here's the thing. So they revamped all of their pre-movie stuff. So they have an ad before the trailers. They have an ad after the trailers.
If they turn into Regal, I'm going to be livid.
It is pretty much Regal. They have an ad after the trailers. They have the Nicole Kidman one. And then they have the IMAX one. I sat through 34 minutes of trailers before a 2-hour and 45-minute movie.
That is my worst nightmare.
My movie started at 3. That movie did not get on screen until 3:34.
I think mine were a little over 20 minutes. We'll let you know about the other two.
Yeah, we'll keep you posted.
Yeah, we will. But I'm very disappointed.
Same. They hyped that shit up. I mean, they said they announced that they were making a new one over a year and a half ago.
I will give kudos that they didn't drop it until yesterday, right? They didn't announce it. I was like, way to keep that secret. Also, way to get it ready. I guess ready. I put ready in air quotes. Ready for Dune.
Yeah. Also, from the shots that they do in the other ads that don't include Nicole Kidman, it's the Porter Ranch AMC.
I think you were nervous that they were going to take it away from Porter Ranch.
I was like, oh, it's been dethroned. Oh my. But nope. I mean, aesthetically, it is the prettiest one.
I think we need to just ask Nicole, hey, Nicole, did you come back and film new ones?
Yeah, did you visit my city?
Nicole, did you go to Porter Ranch?
Again?
Did they pay you?
Did they?
Sounds like they didn't. So Dune.
Dune Part 2.
Dune Part 2. So you, in 24 hours.
Less than 24 hours.
I'm so sorry. Let me give you all your credit.
Thank you.
Less than 24 hours.
12 hours. It was 12.
Okay. 12 hours. Any less?
It was probably less, but let's just say 12.
Okay, in 12 hours, you reread Dune,
Yes.
the first book.
Yes.
Because how many books are there?
There are 6, and then there are
say 6. Yes.
there are also prequel and other it's a big universe, but 6. There are 6.
Okay, and you reread the first book and rewatched part 1 in 12 hours.
Yes, I did.
And then a few hours later, you went and watched part 2.
Yes, I did.
Okay. Now, what I did in those 12 hours is
Sleep.
Partly, yes. I did sleep, and I read the Wikipedia page of Dune Part 1. So it's the same.
Yeah. It's exactly the same thing. We put in the same amount of effort and work. We both got 3 hours of sleep. So yeah, we put in the same amount of effort into our Dune research. Totally. Yep.
You did.
I got 3 hours of sleep.
I always get about 3 to 5.
Same.
Yeah.
So that was a normal night,
Yeah.
honestly. Read an entire 600 to 800, depending on your edition, page novel. Watch a 2.5-hour movie, or take a nap, and then watch a 2.5-hour movie at 5:30 a.m.
But as I was telling you earlier, a lot of people today asked if they need to see part 1, or a group of people said, I didn't finish part 1. Is Jason Momoa in part 2? By the way, there's going to be a few spoilers.
Oh, major spoilers. If you haven't seen Dune part 1 or 2, or read the book, or seen any of the miniseries, or seen the
me.
1984
I
Dune,
saw that.
Hey, they make references to things that appear in that. Then get your life together, do one of those things, or all of them.
And then listen when you watch.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it'll still be up. We'll be here. Yeah, so those were the big questions that I was asked today. I don't know if you were asked. I mean, I feel like everyone in your world and circle watched it already and read the books and da-da-da-da. Mine is, in my circle, which is I think why I like doing this podcast, is do I need to see part 1? And I didn't finish part 1. Is Jason Momoa still alive? So those were the questions in my day.
What a lovely question about Jason Momoa being alive in Dune, because, spoiler alert.
I don't think he's dead.
No, he's dead.
Damn it.
But his character comes back, like a clone of him
Oh my God.
in the next book.
Oh my God, I'm so excited. Are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh my god. So oh man, I love Jason Momoa.
I know you do.
Oh my god, I'm so excited.
And when I saw like the ending of this movie, I'm like, oh, Jason Momoa's coming back for seconds, baby.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god, that's so exciting.
Yeah, and that version of him marries Anya Taylor-Joy's character.
All right. That's too much.
Fucking care.
But I care.
Oh, okay.
I like to, not know a little bit.
Are you going to remember this conversation?
Who knows? I will if it's Jason Momoa.
She's not going to remember this conversation, guys.
It's now recorded.
You're not.
Someone's going to tell me.
Okay.
Also,
Sure.
We'll see if we even get that far. Like, how far into the books is that?
It's the next book.
Fuck, really? Okay.
So what we just witnessed is this book, kind of.
Yes.
I say kind of because changes were made. And he wants to adapt the sequel, which is called Dune Messiah, and that is the next book. Like they're setting up Dune Messiah.
Got it. Okay. Yeah. Really exciting. Did you like Dune Part 2?
Yeah, I liked it.
Did you like it more than one?
I like them equally. Arguably, everyone knows Dune Part 2, or the part that he adapted, is the hardest part of Dune to adapt. Dune is considered an unadaptable book. It's up there with like A Wrinkle in Time, and
which they tried
multiple times.
Oh,
so, and it's just hard because it gets lots of stuff is left for interpretation. It gets really like brainy and like weird. Like that's, and a lot of stuff just doesn't translate well onto film. But I thought this was a pretty good job. A lot of the changes they made were interesting, and I thought worked well. So yeah, I liked it.
I really liked it. I did. Well, don't pat me on the head. I came out of it thinking I liked it, and then I needed to digest. Sometimes I need to I'm curious what my second viewing is gonna do. I might even love it at that point, but I really, really liked it. I really like Zendaya's character, which I know is different from the book. I heard her say it in an interview, and then I think you told me.
Okay.
I really, really, really liked Javier Bardem's character. He just felt like such comic relief to me, and I was actually laughing out loud because I wasn't expecting it. I wasn't expecting there to be humor, especially with a holy war about to come.
Yeah, so the Holy War in Dune, so what happens in between Dune and the second book, so we'll probably see a time jump. Something that was really interesting to me, there is a time jump in between part 1 and 2 technically, and they didn't have it. I think there's 2 years.
Well, isn't that when the sister is then born? Because didn't they do the time jump in the 80s, Dune?
Yeah.
Yeah, look at me.
Look at you.
Wow.
So yeah, the sister is alive. Paul and Chani, Zendaya's character, have a child, have a son.
I figured. I was guessing that. I was talking about this earlier about babies that were coming, because I was talking to a friend about Dune, and we were going on, and I said, I feel like we also forgot or glazed over the fact that Austin Butler's character impregnated, what's her name? Didn't impregnate?
No, he does. It's weird. That's the first time that character has ever been on film.
Oh, good.
She plays a bigger part in Dune sequels. Not like the core 6, but the other Dune books that are prequels and set billions of years before after all of this happens. I was shocked to just see her character. But yeah, so I was just shocked to see her character overall because she's never made an appearance. So, but yeah.
I don't want to know what's going to happen. I want to talk about part 2.
Okay.
And part 1.
Okay, cool.
I'm going in this blind. I'm trying not to be, because what is something that we watched that I have not been spoiled? One, Sopranos, haven't been spoiled yet.
Good for you.
Right? Harry Potter, I wasn't spoiled until we watched it. What?
Really?
Yeah. There's certain things that I can not be spoiled. Lord of the Rings, until we watched it.
I mean, these aren't really like jaw droppings. I'm not giving you like.
I know, but I went into this blind.
Yeah, you did.
I did.
Wait, you were
so keep me blind.
Wait, you didn't know about Lord of the Rings?
No. I mean, I figured that he figured it out.
Not he. I mean, what's there to figure out, Whitney?
I figured they figured out the rings.
They destroyed the ring.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like it doesn't take rocket science.
But I also didn't really know like what the ring was because I didn't see any of those. So I'm going into Dune like that. Look at you.
I cannot do that.
Yeah.
Like, again, I tortured myself by rereading a book. That's how little I like doing that.
Oh. Well, I've been on Sopranos season 6, episode 5 for like 3 years.
Yeah, you have.
I know.
It's crazy.
So.
Okay, so yeah, so we liked it. I'm curious, do you have any questions? Is anything like not connecting to you?
Okay, well, I would like your thoughts on, to make sure I got this correct. My questions are, so basically Paul, Timothée Chalamet's character, is the only name I really know because it's Paul.
You can call the characters by
the actors.
I don't know who you're talking about.
Basically, it felt like he just kept getting manipulated by his mom into doing what she wanted. Right? Am I getting there? Okay.
Yeah. So that whole prophecy, which I don't think they touch.
Is it true?
It's not true.
Okay.
It's not a real prophecy.
I was starting to believe it.
Girl, me too.
I was like,
so the Bene Jesuits, the little space witches that the mom is a part of, they are essentially politicians.
They're just doing like
with magic powers who are really into eugenics.
They're like Olivia Popes. Just making shit happen.
But they're like really into eugenics. So their whole thing is that they want to their whole thing is power. That's essentially what their whole thing is. So they went to that planet like hundreds of years ago, pretty much did like a Mormon mission trip and made up this whole story about a Messiah because like it's easy to control people with religion.
But he does have powers. Yeah.
Okay. Yes. People
because he has the female powers that boys aren't supposed to have.
So, yeah, well, a lot of people have powers in this world. The whole thing was...
But he has the powers that are not supposed to be handed down to boys.
So, the Bene Jesuits believe in this. I'm not going to say the name correctly, so I'm just going to say the One, because that is what it translates to. They believe in this concept of the One, which is just like a male who can do what they can do, essentially. And they want this guy to do the fancy shit because Bene Jesuits, they can like, everyone in this universe has expanded their mind somehow because like 10,000 years before the events of this, there was a big war where we got rid of AI because we were too dependent on it. So people just like...
Foreshadowing.
Wow, crazy. And the author of this book was really into like people expanding their mind with drug use. Hey.
Wow.
And so...
I'm sensing a theme of this episode.
That's what I did say. So like there are people who are like pretty much like super human like mind powers. Like some of them are like pretty much computers, like human computers. Some of them are like essentially space witches. And they're trying to essentially breed a baby. Like they've been manipulating all like the high ranking houses to have babies so they can like essentially create the One. And as you know, in Dune Part 1, Paul was not supposed to be a boy. And they got mad at Jessica for having a boy when they told her to have a girl because they wanted Jessica's daughter to breed with the Harkins son and potentially make the One is what they wanted. But Jessica had a boy because Paul's father really wanted a boy and she chose love over duty.
But also we find out that that's her family that they wanted her to have babies with.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Gross.
Girl, where have you been? This is like that. I mean, that happens now.
Well, okay, so
So she essentially birthed the one when she was not supposed to. So he has all those powers. And she's been training him. And that's why the leader of the Bene Gesserit
yeah,
wants them dead.
that old lady.
Yes, because again, they're very into control, and she defied them. So she's like, kill him.
Right.
She doesn't want anyone else to have that much power, essentially.
That's basically part one.
Yeah.
I love that. Okay. And so when we go into this, I understand. So I really felt for Zendaya this whole movie. One, I thought she did a great job. I felt like the movie had these beautiful moments without speaking and without sound, which I'll get into the one scenes particularly that I really, really enjoyed, that their use of sound. But oh my God, when he at the end was saying that I will always love you, so I'm gonna marry this bitch, Flo's character, and that was heartbreaking.
It's crazy because in the book,
That doesn't happen?
no, it happens.
Oh my God.
But she's okay with it.
No. See, I like it. Okay, it's more real. I like what they've done with Zendaya's character. They kind of gave her a backbone. She's not afraid to defy him a little bit.
Yeah, because
she's trying to keep his humanity. I think that they just played so well together too.
Yeah, but she goes along with like a lot of the stuff Paul does. Because like, in the book she does, and in this she doesn't. Which I feel like, I think the next book the next movie is going to be mostly from her perspective, just from the way things left off.
Yeah, because she dipped.
Yeah, and she doesn't do that in the book. She, again, like he tells her that he's going to marry the Emperor's daughter because it's like a duty. It
makes sense. That sucks
because that's why Paul's father didn't marry Jessica, because the idea, because he's this high-ranking man, and people are always thinking, well, we could align our houses with like marriage.
Boo.
So it's like a tool.
Yeah. Can we talk about Austin Butler?
Can I say something about Austin Butler?
Oh no, what?
No, it's all the feminism and self-respect left my body when Austin Butler came on screen. Like
his little baldness and his walk,
his baldness, his no eyebrows. His
black like mouth, like he just commanded the fucking screen. I don't think I've seen him as an antagonist. Have you? I mean, I'm spacing, but I thought he was great, and he did say in an interview, because he does do more method acting, that he couldn't for this one because his family and loved ones would hate him. It would be tougher to do it, but my God, I don't think he needs to do method acting. He killed it. Like, just his mannerisms. Ooh, it's creepy.
And here's the thing, that character is not in the book that much as he is in this movie.
Right. I mean, he doesn't pop up, though, until like an hour and a half or something. But when he pops up.
He pops up.
I
popped up. Damn. I was just like, this is a problem. I have a type, and it's horribly awful people, I guess.
Well, I also loved, I love him playing alongside of Dave Bautista, because I feel like they switched roles, because they had Dave Bautista being this, I mean, lack of a better word, a bitch and like a pansy, and Austin Butler is the complete opposite and just kind of is the leader, and I kind of loved it.
Yeah, no, it's crazy because I don't know why I thought this, but I could have sworn I heard news that Bill was going to play.
Maybe.
I think he was in talks to it.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when I was like, oh, he's going to play opposite his dad. It's going to be really cute. And then I saw the trailer. I was like, oh, that's Bill. And then I got a better look of it. And I was like, that's not Bill Skarsgård. That's Austin Butler. And I was like, I guess. And then I was like, oh, I guess. When I watched this movie, I was like, okay.
Everyone that Austin Butler was on screen with or partnered with in the scene was incredible.
Oh, my God.
So my favorite part, my two favorite scenes, One of them has to do with it's the Austin Butler and Timothy fight scene in the end. The fact that they chose not to have any score, any music, it was just how it probably would have been if it was real. There's no music playing if you're fighting someone to the death. But the way that it was shot and the way that they played around with the sound and no music, wow. And it's the end of the film, and it's an almost 3-hour movie, so you're kind of fatigued at that point. That shit woke me right up. I was ready for more.
I'm glad to hear you say that, because I was talking to my friend who's a big fan of the books and series and stuff like that, and he was just like, it was just weird that the fight scene, the big fight scene, was shot that way, because it mostly focuses on their faces and stuff like that. He's like, I feel like people, like the general population, would want to see the fight, actually see the fight, because I had no problem with the fight scene, and I'm glad to hear you also didn't have a problem with that.
No, and I think it worked with the angles of the camera, because that switch at the end where you don't see which knife is where and what and who died, that was a choice.
Yeah, and it mirrors his first fight with Thanos.
Josh Brolin.
Thank you.
He will always be Thanos.
It mirrors his first fight that we first see him do in part 1 with Josh Brolin, which I thought was really nice.
And he was there to watch too, and he was in the audience. I say audience, just smirking away.
He was a little onlooker.
Yeah, he was like, "That's my boy." No, that was my favorite scene. I know everyone, and I've listened to a couple podcasts and read a few. Everyone loves when he conquers the big fucking worm, but I'm like, yeah, no, that's not my favorite scene. That's my favorite scene. Another one of my favorite scene is the end when Flo and Zendaya are doing the stare off, and Flo figures out obviously that he's in love with her, but Paul announces he needs to marry Flo, and that stare off it felt so long. Did it feel long to you? In a good way. It felt like it was necessary, but a lot of people would have just the stare off. I think that a lot of people would have cut it short, 1-2 looks, and that's it. But the choice of Denis was, I don't know, I thought it was brilliant. Just holding on to those looks and holding on to that tension. Oof.
Yeah.
Oof.
I thought it was actually pretty interesting too, just because again in the book she is just on board. So again, I really like the direction they're taking Channings's character, and I can't wait to see what they do with it in Dune Messiah, which is the second one.
I really liked also how the second, the supporting cast, I feel like everyone captured my attention in every scene.
I honestly thought everyone's acting was on their brought their A game to acting. I like a lot of the subtle nods that they did for fans of the book and of the movies and what's that shit called, miniseries. But yeah, I was
She just looked at you.
Yeah. But yeah, I was honestly, as I was watching this, I was I wonder what Whitney's going to think, because she doesn't know a lot. She doesn't know a lot about the world. I
was really nervous going into the episode. I was really nervous because I knew that I needed a minute to. I even wrote it in my letterbox I need a minute, but I really liked it. I also was trying to wrap my head around the world. I'm not religious. I appreciated the religious aspects of it, the non-believers and the believers and the whole tension and
point of it is kind of how religious believe leaders kind of get in their own fucking head and fuck shit up essentially. It's because again, that whole prophecy is fake, and everyone except for the people on Dune.
It was the older versus the younger.
Yeah. Which, that's really not in the book. I actually liked that addition. Because, again, there is a time jump. So, the daughter that Jessica has, which becomes Anya Taylor-Joy, I guess.
Yeah. Why is she talking so much?
Okay, yeah. Because in the time jump, because she took the water of life while she was pregnant.
Right.
So
I got.
So they call her like a pre-born abomination, essentially. So she has like all these like crazy like future like powers where she can like see into like the past and shit like that. So she's like this weird demon child,
which is on track for the 80s movie.
Yeah,
that little girl was creepy as fuck.
They like this like, and so they just decided to omit that. I don't know, which is again.
Well, I mean, they added that demon voice a few times.
Yeah, they do.
I was like, voice. Oh, I know that voice.
So she's just like a weird like future like seeing baby, and has all this like crazy, because you're not supposed to do what Jessica did while pregnant, because which is drink poison. Yeah, crazy. You shouldn't drink poison while pregnant.
What? But peer pressure.
Yeah, they really wanted a mother superior.
They said, "What did we do? She's pregnant." Well, you didn't ask her how she was doing before you did that.
They were just like, "Become our leader." I like that take. I didn't like, again, maybe because I don't love a kid actor, so that's probably I don't know his reasons for doing it, but I
mean, let's get another big star. Speaking of big star, I had an interesting conversation today about the young cast, because I think there's a lot of talk about how we don't have movie stars anymore. And I
had this conversation too, and I feel like I was thinking like we don't have movie stars anymore, and I feel like Zendaya is the closest thing we have to a movie star right now.
Yes, but I also feel like this young cast is like the next generation of what could be a movie star, because if you look at all that cast, they're not on TikTok, they're not influenced, they're not big on social media. I think Flo might be the only one but she's not even that big on social media, but she's the only one who really utilizes it. It's Instagram specifically, but none of the other ones do. And their work is, I don't know if anyone's had like really a bad movie yet or a bad break yet. They're picking the right choices, in my opinion.
Sure.
I mean, for their craft. Are you thinking about Wonka?
I wasn't even thinking about Wonka. Okay,
because I was like, because I appreciate him trying Wonka.
I was thinking about Glass.
For Anya? Uh-huh. I mean, but again, how long ago was that? I'm just thinking, like, in the direction that they're all taking with their careers, they could potentially, maybe our movie stars skipped a generation, which is ours. Yeah. And this is the next wave of movie stars, because Austin Butler. I'm really excited for Bike Riders. I saw the trailer and I was like, yeah, that's gonna be pretty sick.
As of right now, they
Challengers, like, I'm so excited. They have some pretty great things coming up. Flo always has some. Well, she's Thunderbolts, but we'll think about it. But that was the conversation I had today.
Yeah. No, I mean, those are like some of my favorite working actors right now. I love Anya Taylor. I mean, I love all of them. Mm-hmm. So I could see that them being our current day movie stars. I'm not mad at that take.
I'm not either.
I'm also so glad you said Zendaya's name right.
The whole episode.
I know. I thought I was gonna have to like teach you how to say it.
I yelled at my coworker today because he said her name wrong.
I'm so proud of you.
Thank you. I listen sometimes. Sometimes it absorbs. It takes a few times, but it absorbs.
Yeah. I keep hitting the mic today, guys.
And it's not ours.
Yeah. Just abusing the mic today. I don't know why. I'm just so excited for Dune. I can't contain myself. I don't know. I can't collect my thoughts.
No.
Really? But no, overall I liked it. Like I said, I think I need to rewatch it to really get in there.
I'm seeing it in 70 at the Vista.
Okay,
because
nice.
I haven't been to the Vista yet since it reopened, and I figured
watch
seems
Dune.
Seems like a great opportunity and a fun night. It's not even a night. I'm going like late afternoon with a coworker. But I think the third time will be IMAX.
Nice. I love how
So I'm gonna just get all of them.
you're gonna get all those.
Maybe I'll see a
screenings.
difference.
Yeah, maybe you won't. I'm so sorry to people who really care about stuff like that.
It's like with laser, and they're like, the black is blacker, and I'm like, is it?
Is it? Or are you just making it blacker? Like I
Or are
don't.
you just trying to get more money out of
Yeah.
us, but not us because we're stubs, bitches.
Yeah, like I always like when my friends had to like see a certain movie in like 70 mil and IMAX, and I'm just like, I don't fucking care that much.
Mm-hmm.
It sounds dumb. It sounds like a scam to me
Yeah.
for money.
I'm kind of bummed that Dune's over. What's like the next big press tour that we're gonna be?
I guess Challengers, another Zendaya one.
Just any Zendaya.
That's true. She is the press tour when she's on it.
I hope that she taught the whole cast. Like, I feel like she just helped elevate them. Like, this is how you fucking do a press tour. Because, they all killed it. The older ones, there was a few that were a little... But the young ones kind of took her in stride and handled their business.
I mean, she looked great the entire press tour, so I was not mad.
Timothy did too. Austin looked great. Austin looked like a fucking movie star.
He did.
He really stepped it up.
He looked great in the movie, too.
And Flo just looks like this, like the wild little sister, like, or middle, like the black sheep, but in a good way. Like, she just looks like a rock star, like this is
Her makeup was on point this entire...
Yeah.
Whoever is doing her makeup this entire press tour, good job.
Yeah.
Ask for a raise.
Didn't like one outfit. We didn't like the gray dress.
Didn't know.
But, I mean, they all look great. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was good. It was nice. It was a nice time.
Yeah. It was. I like it. I'm so glad that you were able to follow the plot to this movie. I really am. You don't understand. I'm not shocked, but like,
listen,
I'm not shocked in a way that I think you're dumb. I'm shocked in a way that like, I had to explain so many things to you about Spider-Man. And I was just like, oh God, Winnie's not going to know what this is. She's going to be like, why is someone using that voice?
Someone did ask me about Dune because they were like, do I need to see part 1? And they said, is it like Star Wars? And I said, I'm going to be honest, I can't answer that because I haven't seen all the Star Wars. But I felt like it was more like a Game of Thrones because there's
like,
a lot of different
Game of Thrones.
houses.
It's Game of Thrones meets like Star Wars meets like a lot of those things. One thing I did want to ask you though, because you mentioned Harry Potter that you don't like when children like.
No, I don't. Yeah.
Do you know how old Paul?
I don't know how old Paul is. How old is he?
He's a child.
Like what's a child?
15.
Well, I mean, also his unborn sister is speaking to him. So, what's sister saying? When he kept saying that, I was like, sister needs to shut the fuck up.
Sister is saying some stupid, crazy shit. Mommy's high off the water of life.
Yeah, I mean, but I did feel like a lot of them the adults were helping prepare him,
Okay, I feel that.
Whereas in Harry Potter, the adults were hiding.
I mean, they were teaching him at school.
Barely. All the teachers kept dying or being evil. Surprise, we're actually shapeshifters and we're evil. And, like this one, Josh Brolin came back and was...
He also has like a kid.
Who?
Paul. I mean, not in this adaptation, but they have...
Well, boys can have...
Yeah. Little 15, 17-year-old boys could have kids.
Yeah.
Totally. My friend had said that he thinks he cut it out because like he thought this was for like a younger audience, and like they didn't want them to seem too mature. And I'm like, is this for a younger audience?
That's a good question.
Like who?
If I watched this younger, I wouldn't have known what the fuck was going on.
I mean they cut out like. There are like weird sex spice orgies in like this universe.
Wait, that would be exciting. They barely had a sex scene in this. Also, I just kept thinking like, how are they having sex? I haven't seen one person fucking shower. And then when Zendaya had to put the spice in the little thing, her hands were so dirty, and she put her finger in there and like stuck the drink in Paul's like mouth. Like that's all I kind of kept thinking about the whole movie. They don't shower?
I mean, water is sparse on Dune.
Oh my god. Stinky.
You have to collect the water from your body that it creates. So that's your piss, that's your sweat, that's your shit, and it like filters it with technology, and you drink it. So I don't really think they're really worried about cleanliness when they're fucking on Arrakis.
Well, okay.
Your face right now, you look. I mean, girl, same.
That's what I kept, and
Same.
it wasn't the whole time I kept thinking that. I just every once in a while was like, look how dirty his hands are.
They're all just dirty. They're dirty people.
Javier's face, you know?
Like, also just, like, especially to go from, like, a life of cleanliness, because, like, they're from a planet that's very, like, has so much water.
He was telling him how it rains.
Yeah. And then to be, like, dirty. Couldn't be me. I don't know how Jessica did it.
Yeah.
Which, honestly, the Bene Gesserits have some of the best costume design. I like how in, like, different regions they have different, like, outfits, which I really enjoyed. I was obsessed. I had half a mind to, like, dress up as one.
Yeah. Oh.
I might do one. I might do a Bene Gesserit cosplay.
Oh, I just thought of a fun fact from my favorite fight scene. Mm-hmm. While Austin Butler and Timothy were doing their epic fight scene in the end, Christopher Walken apparently was so nervous and thought it was too realistic that he like couldn't watch and was like kind of like freaking out because he was in the room. And Flo was saying in an interview that it freaked him out when they were fighting because it was too intense. I know.
Aww.
I know. Also, Christopher Walken can get it.
Yeah, for sure.
Still.
Most of this cast can get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Even the Baron.
Well, he does make beautiful children.
Does. Also, that's not how he dies.
Oh.
In the book. The little demon baby kills him.
Didn't she kill him in the 80s movie?
Yeah, she kills him in the book.
Damn. But
I love how you keep referencing the 80s. Like,
because I saw it at the American Cinematheque at the Arrow, like, I want to say 6 months ago.
Yeah.
And I was pretty on it, like, okay, I remember this. And then I was like, I don't fucking know this shit, but it's clearly part 2.
And Sting
Yes, that I did know.
Is Austin Butler's character.
Yep.
Which, honestly, Sting looks hot in that fucking movie, too.
Yeah.
I know my type. I have a type. It does not change from movie to series.
Yes, you do.
It's psychopaths?
White psychopaths?
Hot psychopaths.
Hot, white, tall psychopaths.
I mean, it's Sting and Austin Butler.
Yeah. I'll take the Jason Momoas off your hands.
Yeah, you can do that, honestly.
Thanks. I'll take Dave Bautista too. I'll take the Javier. I'll take all the daddies.
I love how there's so much laughing in this. We're just laughing at ourselves in this fucking episode.
Yep. But I think we should wrap it up.
Yeah, so on that note, how many shots would it take you to watch Dune Part 2 again?
0. Stone cold sober. That way I can really catch what I missed. Maybe I find something else. Who knows? But yeah, 0 shots.
Nice.
How many shots would it take for you to see Dune Part 2 again?
0. I contemplated seeing this again at like a 10:30 showing because I saw it at 3 p.m. and my friend was like, you can come to my showing too if you want, and I was like, maybe. But I realized that I had like 3 hours of sleep, and I was like, that's probably not the best idea, Thurlene.
Yeah.
So
Proud of you.
Thank you.
That was good.
I know. I did.
I think you're still sleep deprived.
I made an adult decision.
Wow. Couldn't get that out of
I
you.
really couldn't. I could not. I said, I did it.
Yep.
I did it. So on that note, this is Take a Sip with Thurlene and Whitney. I'm Thurlene.
And I'm Whitney.
Bye.